still have you guys with me, so you must be really interested. This video is going to be about the training and the training that you receive. I am unable to do all the trainings anymore, which I'm very sad about. Life is going at warp speed. The eggs are so in demand, and it's been really hard to keep up with the demand. And I thought that once I sold my life center that I'd have all this free time, and I don't. So I'm just one person. I'm trying to record a lot of videos so that when you get your egg, you feel like you know me already and you feel comfortable, that you'll have the support. We have a private Facebook page for all the center owners as a forum, so that you have access to the other center owners when you have questions. Not everyone uses it. I wish they would. We might look for another platform that everybody will use, but most of them do. Is when you sign the contract, you give a hold the date deposit, and it's a non-refundable deposit, so we can hold the next date for you. So we just have, so everybody gets a training manual. And how it's organized, I'm going to be looking down so I can kind of walk through the tabs with you. When I had my training on the Lightbox, it was nothing. I had no manual, no required reading. Oh, and by the way, you get a list of 20 plus books for required reading when you give your initial deposit. So the first tab is a Harmonic Egg protocol, and I walk you through an intake. I walk you through questions you can ask in an intake so that you can determine the settings, sound and color. I walk you through when you go in the room, how to protect yourself, so that you don't pick up any of the negative energies or something that's maybe given off by the client. I walk you through how to close the door, how to open the door, how to set the lights and all that stuff. So you also have in that tab, you have a whole different protocol on how to do remote or distance healing sessions. So there's a protocol there too. And then it's also described in a couple of blog posts on the corporate website, harmonicegg.com. I encourage all the center owners to please, please, please review everything that's on that website. The blog posts are very valuable and very much encouraged for you to share on your social media. So you don't have to create your own social media posts. You can just use ours. Just share ours. Share the videos. I've been trying to do more videos and interviews and different things that you can share. So you have a whole bunch of stuff you can share. You've probably got a whole year's worth of stuff you can share and do your social media. So just use that. It's there for you. We're a family. And the way that this business is created, we're a cooperative, matriarchal, divine feminine family. Of course, masculine is very welcome. We love the masculine, but this is how I wanted to create this business. And I'm telling you, the family that is the egg owners they're beautiful. So it just blesses my heart. Anyway, don't get me crying. You guys know I cry in a lot of videos. So that's the tab there. The second tab is a lot of research of mine, but it doesn't look like much. I think it's like 12 pages. But it's harp. What does harp help with? It's, flute. What does flute help with? And you've watched some of my videos where I've described this kind of stuff. And then it goes into each of the different chakras. And, with the root chakra, what imbalances or what physical ailments can happen when it's out of balance. And so then, what instruments bring it back into balance? What foods bring it back into balance? Obviously, you're not going to be feeding people there. But what smells bring it back into balance? And let me talk about that too. So I talk about what could possibly throw the root chakra out of balance and how to bring it back into balance. So I go through all the chakras. And we did try smells. We did try aromatherapy. Ooh, having a hot flash. Maybe it's this bright light. Maybe it's menopause. So we did try aromatherapy, but with the sense of sight and the sense of touch, because you get the vibration and the sense of hearing. When we added the smell, it was just way too much. So we don't do that. Then you have another tab that shows a picture of your remote. So it'll tell you that the top left button is the red, and the bottom right button is dark yellow, so that correlates to the sound and light color instructions, and you'll see each color and what it does for the body. So it's really, really cool. It's really in depth. Then you have your tab of all your music, and it'll tell you who the artist is, and it'll tell you a little bit about it, what instruments are used, so you can look that up in your sound and color. Say, okay, this one has flute and this one has drums. What does drums do? What does flute do? How could this serve my client? So that's awesome. So you get all the music in a tab, and you can share that with clients. You can just, we do sell the Harmonic Egg music that I have consulted musicians on, and that is our own intellectual property, and you can sell those and you get wholesale pricing when you open, and they sell like crazy. I have sold so many of those USB drives with the printable info sheets, and you'll have a tab with all the info sheets for those pieces of music, and it'll tell you the colors that were intended for those pieces, the instruments that are used for those pieces, the chakras, the tone that it's recorded in, and why it works with Chinese medicine, what organs, blah, blah, blah. So those are all printable for your clients as well. Excuse me. And so you have all that, and that's really valuable. And clients can take that music home and anchor in their Harmonic Egg sessions. And then they can use those, really fun to use at home, because the associated colors, you can eat those foods, wear those clothes, wear that color jewelry. It's really, really fun to use at home, and people just love it. And if they don't have access to an egg, they can use that at home. Also, if they want to buy those for family members that don't have access to an egg, it's brilliant. It's great. So then what I've created is some protocols that are tried and true. A protocol for breast implant illness, a protocol for Epstein-Barr, a protocol for heavy metals, viruses, and without any claims, it's just different music that I've noticed has brought relief to the client with these different protocols. So you have that tab, and then you have the required reading tab, which I put in your manual, but you also get that as a PDF when you do your hold the date deposit. And then I did something for like client evaluation. So what I did is I said, okay, client number one walks in the door and they describe this is how they feel. And these are, excuse me, these are all the ailments. These are all the things that they have going on with them. And here's how my little brain works to assess what sound to put them on, what musical instruments to put them on, what colors to use for them. So it's a little bit of a reading exercise for you to see how you start assessing what to put clients on. And then the last tab is always everybody's favorite. Thank you to our Penryn Center, who really spearheaded this. It is about a 40-page cheat sheet, and it tells you all the light colors, and then it tells you ANS reboot, anxiety, asthma, from A to Z, different complaints that a client might have, and what songs to use to give them some relief for that, and what colors. So that cheat sheet is brilliant. And so it's very daunting when you look at this and all the different material that you have to study to really learn the egg. If you just use this binder, and all the different binders are colored. This is a green one, but I've got an orange one, a purple one, a blue one. Everybody gets a different color because we like color therapy. But don't be intimidated by it. If this is all you have and you choose not to further educate yourself on with the required reading, if you choose not to, you can still run it. But I just want you to be the best you can for your client. And so the more you know, the more you can help them. But if you just use the binder, you would be fine. And the training material will tell you not to turn the sound up too loud and different things like that. So even if you just use this binder, it's your foundation. And you'll also find after a period of time, your intuition kicks in. You get more intuitive the more egg sessions that you do. And then you get better at it intuitively. So that's it for this video. Enjoy. Love you guys. Bye-bye.